made 50 videos in 8 months, and most of them got fewer than 15 views. And for most of that time, I thought YouTube was the problem. Maybe my channel was too small. Maybe the algorithm just hadn't found my audience. Maybe I just needed to post more. But eventually I had to ask myself a much harder question. Would I have clicked on these videos if somebody else made them? And honestly, probably not. And that answer changed the way that I looked at everything. Because I wasn't being lazy. I was posting consistently, improving my editing. I was literally spending like 7 or 8 hours on each video. They looked cinematic, they sounded interesting, and the watch time wasn't even half bad. What if oceans disappeared? What if the earth stopped spinning? What if the moon vanished? Were they bad ideas? Not necessarily, but were they impossible to ignore? No, and that was the problem. I believed if I made a good enough video, people would eventually discover. But here's what I completely misunderstood. Nobody can discover how good your video actually is unless they click on it. And if the idea, title, or thumbnail don't earn that click, everything after that point almost doesn't even matter. That realization was painful because I loved making those videos. I love editing, I love making things cinematic, obsessing over the tiniest details that most of my viewers will never notice. But I was spending 90% of my energy making the video, and almost none of it actually asking, does anybody actually want this kind of video? I had it completely backwards. Because no amount of editing can rescue a video that nobody cares about. And I learned that lesson in the slowest way possible. Every time a video failed, I told myself the next one might work. Then the next one, and then the next one. And mind you, I was putting 30 hours a week into this. 50 videos later, I was still staring at about 10 or 15 views per video. And after a while, that shit starts to get to you. You start wondering if you're untalented, whether you started too late, whether everyone else understands something that you don't. But I don't think my biggest problem was talent. Honestly, I think I'd been practicing the wrong skill. Making something good is a skill, but making somebody care enough to click is a skill entirely on its own. And I'd spent years practicing the first and completely avoiding the second. So this channel is my new experiment. Instead of asking what video do I want to make, I'm starting with a different question. What idea would be difficult for someone like me to ignore? Not fake clickbait, but a real fear, a real problem, a real question that people already care about. Like spending months or even years creating content that people don't even care about. Because I know I'm not the only person who's ever felt that. And here's the uncomfortable part. This video might get 15 views too, but at least now I'm finally testing the real problem. I'm not hiding it behind more editing. It's just raw and authentic. Because truthfully, maybe I didn't need to work harder. Maybe I needed to be honest about what wasn't working and be willing to change my entire approach. Even after 8 months, even after 50 videos. So that's what I'm doing now. Simpler videos, more honesty, and ideas that people might actually want to click. So if you're still here, I appreciate you sticking around. Hopefully I see you in the next one.